All aboard! Welcome back to Adventure Life episode 6. After 22 days of straight dry camping, we finally rolled into Kritters Campground, full hookups, 50 amps, and the coolest thing of civilization we've seen up in the Upper Peninsula.
We were basically feral at this point. Dirty laundry, low batteries, and a very judgmental Australian Shepherd.
We finally left after 7 days the Aloha State Park, and today's travel day is about 110 miles, and we are heading on our first stop to Mackinaw City, which, as you ladies and gentlemen can see, it's 20 miles away. We're gonna be there in 26 minutes, and we're gonna arrive with state of charge at around 16%. At the time of arrival, there are going to be 6 free Superchargers, so guess what? We're gonna block probably 2 or 3, and I think we should spend around 20 minutes supercharging. And we gotta remember that Rustie, the Cybertruck, was powering the Airstream for the past 3 days, and we were running the air condition in the Airstream, we were running all the electrical systems, and that's why we will have to take a supercharge in Mackinaw City for 20 minutes. And then from Mackinaw City, I think our next campground is about 90 miles up in the UP, where the superchargers are a very rare phenomenon. So this is gonna be very adventurous, because this is the first time where we hit somewhere with almost no superchargers, and we're gonna show you how it's done, if it can be done. We actually only needed about 65% charge from this charger, but I'm gonna go to 80% because we're gonna have 20 miles per hour headwind going up there. So, should be fine. I feel like a sailor, like in a sailboat. Where do the winds blow from? So, well, we're gonna have headwind. Let's see how that goes, because remember, not really many superchargers up in the UP. Oh my goodness, what are we going to do? You're almost too far from known charging locations, and this is how much we still have in it. Which brings us to the real question of the day. How in the world this stainless steel tank is supposed to survive the Upper Peninsula without any Tesla superchargers? Tesla's answer is apparently figure it out.
This place sits right between Mackinaw City and Marquette, which is perfect because there is 0 superchargers within a 200-mile radius where we're at.
This episode is not about hikes, cliffs, or casino wins. It's about the quiet, slow, and desperate stops that keep the entire adventure from collapsing.
So we split the power between the Airstream and Rustie, did laundry like normal humans again, caught up on work, and actually recharged ourselves for the first time in 3 weeks.
Sometimes the most important miles are the ones where you're just sitting still and pray that the Cybertruck has enough electrons.
Spoiler, it did barely make it.
However, our answer was find that one campground and plug everything in at once. So we made it at our campground with about 15% state of charge. And yes, there are no superchargers. Actually, there are superchargers in the UP, but it's only 2, I think, very far away from where we're at. And our campsite has 50 amps. So we are splitting between the Airstream and Rustie the Cybertruck, and pretty much in about 3 hours it should be completely charged, and I'm gonna show you how we do this. 50 amp hour for Rustie the Cybertruck and our 27 FB Globetrotter. And let me show you how we do it when we have only one outlet. Follow me. You guys see that's a splitter, right? And this one goes on Rustie the Cybertruck, and this goes in the Airstream. 50 amps. And what we do is we are de-amping the power. So we go here where it says charging. So we have the charge limit at 60%, but look here, charge car at this location max 32, and I have it down to 13 amps. So this pedestal gives me 50 amp, but because I have it on 13, it leaves about another 35 to 37 amps that we can use in the Airstream. It's gonna take about 15 hours to take me to 60% that I have the charge limit. Now I can change the charge limit to 80%, 90% or 100%, and the remaining time to take the battery there obviously is gonna be longer, but then I can also go all the way up to 32 amps. So if I go all the way up to 32 amps, this is going to decrease. So check this out. Let's put it at the maximum, which is 32, right? So look. Now look at that, 32 amps, and look how the remaining now dropped from 14, 15 it was before, down to 625. So basically, in just 6 hours, we're gonna get all the way to 60%. So, but again, I don't wanna leave it at 32 amps because we're using power in the Airstream as well. So 13 amp is pretty good speed to charge Rustie, because literally we don't need to go anywhere until, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow, go explore. Yeah, so it can go very slow and top up. So nothing overheats, everything is nice and slow and cool.
Travel day was super easy today. Only 100 miles. Typically we drive anywhere from 250 to 300 with a couple supercharging stops. Today, one stop, 25 minutes to top the Rustie the Cybertruck.
No. Rustie the Cybertruck.
Yes, Rustie the Cybertruck. And now we're just relaxing after setting up camp in this beautiful trail in the woods and just decompressing and unwinding on a very easy travel day. These are how they should be.
Exactly.
Not being stuck in the car or truck for 6+ hours.
Or 500 miles.
Exactly.
So that's how we roll lately, just 250 to 300 miles max.
Yes, those are the type of travel days Alex wanted this season, and it is very low-key slow.
In a matter of fact, Tesla insisted that we need a break every 2 hours anyways.
Yes. After 22 days of dry camping, pulling into the campground with full hookups felt like pure luxury. 50 amps of power shared between our Airstream and Rustie the Cybertruck. It was exactly what we needed. We stopped at Kritters Campground, right in the middle between Mackinaw City and Marquette in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. The reason? There are no superchargers within 200 miles of here, which is pretty rare these days. Rustie needed a good charge before the next leg of the journey. And honestly, so did we. I got the laundry done, we caught up on work, and we took it slow. We didn't hike much beyond the campground this time, but we still made a fun little trip over to Munising just because we could. And yes, I lost $5 at the casino, Vegas withdrawals are real even for people who never gamble. Alex made up for it with a free coffee, so we called it even.
All right, folks, we left our campground about 50 minutes ago in Newberry, Michigan, and we are heading at the Pictured Rock National Park in full self-driving. I'm here sitting like a king while this stainless steel can, or tank I should say, is driving itself, because why not? Range-wise, well, there are no Superchargers for 200 miles around us. So basically we're running on faith, good vibes, and whatever the truck decides to throw at us today. No pressure, Rusty. Roxy, on the other side, stayed back in the Airstream in full guard duty mode. We're heading up for a hike where Amy will try her luck again at the casino in Christmas, Michigan, where a few years ago she cleaned them up completely dry. She won over $600 in under 5 minutes. No pressure, babe. Just make it rain so we can afford our leaky Airstream again. Let's see if we actually make it, range-wise, or we're gonna be the first people in the Upper Peninsula hitchhike with a Cybertruck.
Okay, so while Alex is over there pretending to be a passenger princess while Rusty is driving us, our friend Steve is currently at the Tesla store picking up his brand new Model Y. This man showed up there with a magnifying glass and a ruler. He's checking every single panel gap for perfect symmetry. He's stressed, like legitimately stressed. He's coming from a 10-year-old Porsche Macan that was basically a dinosaur with leather seats. Meanwhile, he's trading it in for a car that can literally drive itself. A full technological marvel versus something that still needs a human to operate the blinkers. This stop reminded us that travel isn't only about the big adventures and the perfect views. Sometimes it's about the quiet midpoint stops where you simply recharge your vehicle, your body, and your mind. After so many days of dry camping, these simple comforts felt like a gift. We're grateful for the chance to slow down, take care of the little things, and keep moving forward with full batteries in every sense of the word.
Imagine the views this video would make if you actually fall. Laundry is expensive.
Yes, it is.
Made it.